Welcome back to today's project. It's a bit of a slow time at the farm and woodyard right now as we've finished up processing firewood until some more logs show up. Many of you have requested some footage of the farm and layout of the place, so I figured today would be a good day for a quick tour. This is the area you're probably most used to seeing. It's where the logs are dropped and stored and where a big portion of our firewood is processed. It also includes the barn. The structure is an old horse barn that I've modified to hold firewood. It measures 50 foot long by 30 foot wide. I've repaired the roof and installed lights and a few outlets, which really improved the usability of the place. I fixed up the old tack room into a small workshop with a decent bench, storage, and shelving. Even a fridge for a cold drink on a hot day. I removed one of the end walls, which allows me to pull the tractor in here. It's always nice having things out of the weather. The split force stays in the center aisle as well as the mini truck, since both are easily moved. Speaking of the mini truck, let's get it fired up and continue the tour. Just down from the barn is the big pond. It's right at an acre in size. You may recall from some other videos that I've been working on clearing trees from the dam. Not much progress on that project, mainly due to the weather. As soon as I get a dry weekend or two, I'll be grinding down the stumps and spreading some fill on top and leveling it all out. I also need to move this brush to the burn piles, but don't want to track up the fields right now. Shifting to the back 40 now. These are the fields we cleared last year when I had the big excavator here. They're really greening up nicely. I hope to have these producing hay next year, which means I'll need a new barn or shelter. I have several construction projects like that coming up. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing any of those. Lots of drainage areas around the place. It's been fairly wet lately, so plenty of water, both standing and moving. This is a power easement that splits the property. I've slowly been whittling away at the growth to be able to get across and access the other side. I'm planning to finish that later this year after the blackberries finish fruiting. They make awesome jam. The Wayback 40 is mainly hardwood bottomland. Good mix of oak, maple, sycamore, alder, gum, and ash. It's also got some pine mixed in as well. We've got several permanent deer stands around the property and a really diverse collection of wildlife. I'm not a big hunter, but it is nice having the ability to harvest our own meat. It's springtime and everything is greening up and starting to bloom. I really enjoy the changing of the seasons. This is one of the larger streams on the property. It flows well year-round and really attracts the wildlife, which keep the game cameras busy. White-tailed deer, turkey, squirrel, raccoon, possum, fox, coyote, all types of birds and quail, and even a black bear occasionally. We've lost the majority of our ash trees due to the emerald ash borer. It really put a hurting on the trees, and unfortunately, we caught most of the damage too late to salvage much firewood. We've still got a few hanging on though. Most of our trees are moderate sized, but there are a handful of larger trees, like this one, sprinkled throughout. The camera never does these justice. We've let a few fields grow up with brush and scrub to provide some habitat. Seems to be working well. Back into another hay field now. We've got a good mix of timothy, orchard grass, and fescue growing here. Again, hope to start a little haying operation soon. Hit the road and we'll head back towards the main farm now. This is the orchard we planted back in the fall. Happy to report the trees seem to be doing well. I'm a complete novice when it comes to fruit trees, except for cutting them down and making firewood out of them. Hope to have some pears and apples in the coming years. Fingers crossed. Full circle back to the pond now. The lotus is growing and starting to bloom, as well as the rush and milkweed around the shoreline. Looks like the fish are even starting to move up shallow for their spring spawn. On that note, I'll end the tour here. Time to enjoy the rest of my evening looking for the big one. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next project.